And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his third season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Stafford. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time the rush got to him in a hurry. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19 and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if...
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down. Almost back to the drawing board.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 98 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mostert. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll cover the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Mostert. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll run with Mostert, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Oh, this is blocked. And the Rams have got it, but he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll give this to Henderson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A run with Mostert up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Bobby Wagner, the All-Pro, in on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Myles Gaskin punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Rams, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Matthew Stafford going to lead the Super Bowl champs back onto the field. And he'll be looking to snap a pretty unwelcome start to this ball game. Interceptions on his first 3 drives. They'll look to turn things around here as they start with a 1st down. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
At the 22-yard line.
They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Tua going to throw. It's a slant to Hill. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Leonard Floyd brought it down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Still first
Stay
down.
alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Mostert will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half.
Rams, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. A carry by Henderson to start the... And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Once again, it's Mostert. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half.
Rams, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. This offense and Darrell Henderson ready to go for another series. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there.
Well, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Open man is Skoranek. He's got it. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 4th down, Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, the opposite defense.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Man open is Robinson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them.
And that's caught inside the 35. And not much happening there. He's taken down by a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, That doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, it's that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Touchdown, Miami.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Rams getting set to go now. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. And 2nd down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go with Mostert. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. They have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 65 yards. And the Dolphins just continue to roll. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Rams, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. Powell now to take it out of the end zone.
Recovery by the receiving team.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it, and I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw, Stafford. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. Oh, he still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To the air again, Stafford. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Stafford. Going up top for Cup. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Rams go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And look at this, it's a fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's at the 50. The 30. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years, our team seeing that
touchdown. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big...
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. And this is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. The Rams on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back now here on EA Sports. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. To throw is Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Stafford now to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. They snap it to Stafford. And that is incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on fourth down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on fourth down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Second down.
Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill. Complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Rams 6. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Tua now on first down, and he fends him off. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brings up second and 13. At the 33-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
They fake the handoff, now Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now a first down throw. Stafford. That one complete to Skoranek. And he'll be out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last, and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Miami defense trying to keep them out. They haven't let them in yet. Can they hold again here on third and goal? Again, it's Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided a long time ago.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's going to let this one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Sanders now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. They'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter and how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 14-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. That one complete to Hill. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. On first down, Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.